Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching 13 Reasons Why. This episode 9 of season 2. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. And I've got to say, this season's been very interesting. There's lots of information being revealed that I never expected, which has kept me excited. And, you know, last episode again was one of them. Who would have thought that Andy was having, you know, a secret relationship behind Hannah's mum's back, you know what I mean? While Hannah was alive, and she caught him as well. It's crazy. Like, never expected it. So their relationship was obviously on the rocks during their marriage, during Hannah being here. And the courts was obviously asking them questions like, did they ever consider the impact this had on Hannah's life? Did they ever consider how it made her feel, and that they're potentially a reason that obviously she might have took her own life? You know, like, they're responsible as well as many other people for all of this stuff. Now, they did pose a question to them that did they ever notice that this had a negative impact on Hannah? And they said no. And they twisted it and started saying, well, if you can't notice it in a home household, then how would a school supporter notice it? You know, when there's no signs and there's no, you know, reaching out and no distress there and any signals for us to pick up on. And it's like, you know what, very interesting. You know, like I said, it's all dependent on who you are as a person, how you read the situations. But there's lots of them recently that have been you know, have been revealed that I think that could go 50-50. You know what I mean? I said it last episode, it's a 50-50, mate. It could literally fall either side of the fence depending on what little bit was revealed on that day that you thought potentially led into each direction. Now, again, really interesting stuff, what's gone on. Clay's released these tapes. Everybody's hearing them now. Everybody's forming their own opinions. You've got Bryce's girlfriend kind of like looking like she's kind of scared of him now. Bryce is trying to put up a, you know, like a good, strong front. He wants to make a statement. His dad's saying it's not time yet. You need to go. You need to do your court case, and not everything will be revealed there, and you'll be okay. Do you know what I mean? You've had Marcus. He's had to kind of out Bryce again in front of the whole school and kind of like make him a public target and reveal obviously the bad stuff that he's done to try and save his own ass, because Tyler and Cyrus are kind of blackmailing him because he got this video of him at the boathouse, which is interesting because I can't wait to find out more information about that, because Hannah has mentioned it 4 times in one of her poems. Jessica as well, she went to see the Bakers after you know, after their court case. She went in, she was giving like Hannah's mum a hug and that. She was talking, you know, about how she's feeling and stuff like that, because like I said, these tapes have come out now. I think it's kind of fell in a positive light for Jessica. She might have thought it'd been negative, but obviously like everyone in school's kind of been thinking that she's lied about the situation, the rape, and saying that, you know, with Justin and all that. But now this is coming out and people are listening to it. Now they're thinking, you know, especially Bryce's girlfriend anyway, she rubbed out all the negative stuff in the toilets about Jessica, and she went in and seen it and she was kind of smiling, and she's kind of obviously let her guard down a little bit, let that wall drop a bit, and she started hugging obviously Hannah's mum, crying in last episode. So I'm excited to see everybody's stories, you know, even Tony, you know, he's there, he's boxing, he's still doing his thing. The guy's coming with a scratch face. He's asked Tony, have we met before? He's like, no, I don't think so. And then Tony left. But again, like, what's that going to do? You know, we're going to have a further continuation of that. Is it going to have a bigger impact? Who knows? Who's the person that's kind of blackmailing everybody and setting stuff on fire and putting stuff in lockers? You know, Zach's sister was getting pictures taken of her, and like he confronted Tyler thinking it was him, but he told him that it's not. Someone's been blackmailing him as well. So it's very interesting, and it's still loads to be revealed, so I can't wait. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. If you do enjoy it, please smash that, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
My name is Kevin Porter. I'm a guidance counselor at Liberty High School. Try to keep an eye out, but you have to count on kids to come to you. Not every kid tells you the whole truth.
What are you doing here on a Sunday?
I should be asking you the same question.
Well, they bumped me up. I testify first thing in the morning.
Wow, me too. I sat down, you know, with the lawyers. I know what to say. Followed protocol. We did all we could for Hannah.
I feel like it's true. She couldn't tell you what she needed. You did your best.
See what I mean, right? His advice was like advice that, say, I would give. And that's why it was tough, because he was a qualified, certified professional. His job is to obviously do way better than me, a Joe Blog. So his advice to her was, well, if you're not going to pursue the person that done the assault, if you're not going to give a name, if you're not going to, you know, tell the police, if you're not going to press charges, then what else can you do apart from move on? Do you know what I mean? That's what he said, and that's what something like would come out of my mouth as a general person. If someone told me something and I'd give like all these options, and then they said they're going to do none of them, I'd be like, what do you want me to do then? You know, I'll give you all the options. If you're not going to do it, just move on. And that is what, like, somebody who's not qualified and somebody who's, you know, licensed and supposedly there, he should be getting better information. And that's where he's saying, like, would I? Because he was talking terribly, you know, as somebody who should be qualified and helping people in those situations.
Not every kid who comes to you in pain can tell you where it hurts.
What did you mean when you said you needed life to stop?
Hannah told me she was struggling, but she didn't specifically mention suicide.
I'm thinking about killing myself.
If she had said those words,
Oh, that didn't
of course
happen.
I would have taken action.
Did you tell him to stop?
No.
Did you tell him no?
No.
I think we all wish it could have gone differently.
You know what I mean? Like, every time he asked something, she didn't have it.
We can have the best intentions and still fall short.
Ah, see, I know I just paused it a second ago, but, like, he just reiterated what I just said, but, like, he's a licensed professional, and it was clear that she said she was raped. She didn't have to say it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not being funny, but it's like, what colour's the sky? The same as the sea. Like, pretty much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not said it's blue, but, like, you know, like, that's what she's saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, he should have read that. Now, I do firmly believe that he's always had good intentions. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not going to bash him. I'm just saying that what he gave in that advice was terrible. And how he didn't read the situation, I would never know. Because to me, it was kind of obvious what she was saying.
No Justin this morning? He's usually the first one up.
Not our problem anymore. He took off.
Did you try calling him?
He doesn't have a phone.
Your mother gave him one on the family plan.
Of course she did.
He's scheduled to testify on Monday, and that was so important to you, you smuggled him in here.
Where's Mom?
She's staying with her sister for a few days.
Start over somewhere. Just you and me. Everybody hates me there. Someone online called me a murderer because I was on Hannah's tapes.
Why do you read what people say online? But nothing's broken we can't fix.
And I don't think any of it can be fixed.
I like Clay's dad. I've always said I
Some
liked
kids
him.
can't speak their truth. Some won't.
Did the two of you discuss the ceremony at all?
No, Mom, Chloe doesn't care about that stuff. I'm gonna try her again.
What are you doing?
Can you honestly say you recognize the person on that tape? Have you ever said anything even remotely resembling the filth that came out of his mouth?
It was a setup. Son, if something's not right with Chloe, you need to make it right. A woman who loves you is to be respected and not to be crossed.
You know I can't always find someone to fill a Saturday session last minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? There's a lot going on.
So you wanna tell me about Lucas?
Who?
You met him last night, you got weird, and then you bailed, and this morning you didn't show up.
It's got nothing to do with Lucas.
You wanna take your mind off it all and watch Madrid destroy Barcelona Monday night?
What makes you think I like soccer?
You're
You don't?
Mexican and you're gay. How could you not like soccer?
Please have a large Coke and a medium popcorn, butter only on half.
He's got like an OCD.
All the same thing, please.
What's funny is, get that first awkwardness out of the way and then you sound out. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just one awkward...
What's wrong?
Oh, it's giving me Euphoria vibes.
And so they think they're the only person in the world feeling what they're feeling.
Oh, don't run home. That's the worst, mate. What you do is you just go in the toilets and you just... I would go in the toilet and I would wet myself even more. And I'd say, fucking hell, these taps, mate. Literally, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? It's sprayed all over me. I put it on my shirt and everything. Do you know what I mean? It would just be a proper, like, what's going on moment. But that has given me Ethan moments all over again in Euphoria. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad in them situations because clearly he getting too excited. Nah, I was happy for him there. Still am, actually. You know, like, I don't mind Tyler, actually, this season. He's been pretty decent. Now, again, really interesting, obviously, like, again, with Tony. The guy's obviously ducking the guy that he's done in. Now, I'm excited to see if he recognises him and wants to go after him and if his relationship with this guy will change.
They think that what's hurting can never be healed.
You're taller.
I basically shrunk on the streets.
I missed you.
I missed you too, Mom. It's nothing.
What'd you get into out there? I never wanted this life for you.
Yeah, I know.
You don't deserve that life.
Okay, we can find a new place. We can get the fuck out of here.
I can't, baby. You know that.
There really is only one option. I'm not trying to be blunt here, Hannah, but you can move on.
See, now he's listening back. He's not happy, is he, mate?
been a while since we talked. I know I beat the shit out of you, and I'm sorry about that, but I got no beef with you. We're not enemies. I don't know how you got to Marcus. This shit is
Mr. Jensen, Principal Bowman would like to see you. Now.
Did you attempt to find out who had written that note?
Yes.
Were their parents notified?
No, I wanted my class to be a safe place where students could share without fear of punishment.
Did you take any action outside of discussion?
I offered resources, including phone numbers for crisis hotlines. I made available every resource that I could, including my time.
One second. I actually think that was a great answer. You know, the only thing that she said she didn't do is contact a parent. She said I give helpline, I give phone numbers, I offered my time, I give advice in school, I offered this and that. The only thing she didn't do is tell the parents. I want people to come to me and be able to be open and be able to give me, you know, like their feelings, and I could offer the support and the help. And I wouldn't want to go running away and telling somebody else and, you know, and lose that trust between them. So what I'll do is I'll offer every little bit of advice that I can to make it available. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think that was a bad answer at all. Also, right, gun to the head, hand on heart, yeah, would your school, if somebody wrote that letter, would your school contact her? I would say, honestly, and I firmly believe this, you know, this isn't just a throwaway comment, I would say that 99% of the schools in the world would not contact parents if they received a letter like that. And I firmly believe that, you know, you could do your own case, you could give me your own evidence or whatever. That's my opinion. I believe that if somebody wrote a letter just like Hannah's there, yeah, and a school found it, they would not contact the parents. Now, should they? Probably. But then, what if they receive one of them every day or every other day? Are they going to contact everyone and going to ring all the parents? No. What they're going to do is they're going to say, here's a poster. If you feel like you're suffering, ring this number. If you want to speak to somebody, I'm here. You know, we're going to have after school classes every Wednesday. Somebody's available. Do you know, if you want to do it anonymously, we've got a helpline. They're not going to contact the parents. Their whole goal is, like, well, what he's trying to say is, did you contact the parents? Did you contact the parents? That's the whole thing. They push that quite a lot. Where, like, no, they didn't. And I firmly believe that all the schools in England wouldn't. But what she said, did all the other options that they had available, I think it was quite a good answer.
I wanted every student to feel comfortable, so I made the submissions anonymous.
Was this the only student whose writing suggested emotional distress last semester?
It happens a lot.
And isn't it true that you did
I've just
offer
literally said that.
resources to students in need?
Yes.
Hannah chose not to identify herself and accept your offers for additional resources. No further questions.
See what I mean? I've just literally just said that. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, she says she's bringing it up every single day. You know, it's not a thing that gets brushed under the carpet. It's just that if we went and told the parents, then the 17 students that anonymously asked for advice online might decrease to 5, because we know that when we know the names, everybody's going to know.
I took a mental health day.
Oh, I see. The same day Hannah Baker's tapes were posted online. Clay, you know, I don't have a lot of patience these days. So let's talk about the real issue here. Kids get talking about Hannah, maybe even admiring what she did. They might think somehow that this is an answer.
I mean, we weren't talking about these things before Hannah.
Oh, of course we were. In counseling sessions, in health classes.
That's not talking, that's telling.
Clay, I've been educating kids for 30 years, and the most important thing to me is keeping you safe. We need to recognize the sad and simple truth that she is dead.
I recognize that.
No, I don't think you really do.
Have you even listened to them? The tapes?
No. I was
Oh, you
made
need
aware
to,
of
though.
them by Mr. Porter.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, he can't, on that one, he can't be going and giving advice when he don't know what's been said.
Porter, earlier you testified that Hannah came to you with an incident, but she wasn't specific. What, if anything, did she say about it?
An encounter with a boy.
Did she say anything about the nature of that encounter?
She implied that it was intimate. Never used the word rape.
Knowing what you know now, do you believe Hannah was raped?
Yes, I believe that she was.
By a student at Liberty. And what is the name of that student?
Objection.
Oh,
Your Honor,
it is
the
speculation,
witness
actually.
testified-
Overruled.
Will object again, Your Honor. It's a violation of FERPA for this student to be named.
I'll allow the question.
This is a big yeah, man.
Since come to learn that his name is Bryce Walker.
I don't know me. I don't know. To me, it is Bryce. But that is speculation. It's speculation. Because like that other lawyer just said, it's not speculation, we've seen it, it's Bryce. But like in the context of like them being in court, no name has ever been dropped, and they're like I'm trying to see it from the other people's side, like as in Hannah never dropped a name, so he was never told a name, but like he believes by what he's listened to and the tape 13 that it's Bryce, but like that's not a fact, even though it is a fact to us. That one's a tough one. That I don't know how to say it. I feel like that was speculation in court. Like there's plenty of occasions that we've seen this season that's really got me out like mad. You know, I say it all the time. You know, it pisses me off. Like they don't acknowledge the tapes, or they don't acknowledge this. When Clay's trying to say it, they say overruled, sustained, hearsay. Do you know what I mean? But like here now, he's freely allowed to just like name drop Bryce when Hannah's never name dropped him, or Hannah never told him. Do you know what I mean? He's made that assumption, but we all know it's true, but it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? Again, this is going, like, if he gets out of it, mate, he's got the best lawyers in the entire world, because it is literally, the hole that he's in is just going down and down and down.
I know we talked a little bit on Friday about how Hannah made all that stuff up.
Every girl at the school wants to be raped.
It was me talking shit. I was a little drunk and that kid pissed me off. Hannah and I hooked up, and it didn't mean anything to me, but she got, like, obsessed. I feel terrible about what happened to her. Embarrassed. She might have to hear all that shit. She might believe it.
And my folks, they missed you on Sunday.
They just wanted to see if you wanted to come to the Amalfi Coast with us this summer. Cheer team summer camp spare you for a few weeks.
What bad timing for him.
What are we gonna do?
It was going well for him there, actually, wasn't it? And then they just come and ruined it.
Maybe do a free vacation. Jesus, chew your fucking food.
Do you know the thing with Bryce, right? Did he say every girl... he didn't actually say every girl wants to be raped, did he? Did he say something like, she was giving me the eyes and she told me to... He said something like, she was giving me the eyes and she told me to come over here and she was egging it on, and he said... If that's what classed as rape, then everybody wants to be raped. That's what he said, didn't he? He was kind of saying, she was like saying, yeah, come. He was trying to say she was like giving him the wink, come over here, I want it, you know, like giving him flirting. And then he read those, and then he was trying to say, I read those signs, and then she was well into me. And if that's rape, then everybody wants to be raped. That's what he said. He never actually physically said every girl wants to be raped, did he? But he was trying to insinuate kind of like the flirtatious scenario and like, you know, being in a hot tub together and it was just them and the scene and this, you know, like the whole scenario. But again, he did rape Hannah, and I'll never not say he didn't, and he needs to go down for it. And there's no way that anybody could be mistaken that I'm championing anything that Bryce does. I might say in a certain episode, oh, that was decent that he's done, or yeah, he does stick up for his friends and he is a good friend, but he's still a rapist and he still needs to go down and he still needs to be put away, and he did rape Hannah. I'll never not believe that.
Max said you guys had like a family emergency. I had to pick her up from the Crestmont.
Yeah, no, everything's totally fine now. Yeah. Dating your sister just kind of felt like I was crossing a line. I am sorry I ghosted.
Don't tell me. Tell her.
Come on, Justin, man. Don't be taking no drugs. Oh, it's money.
You can run as far as you want. You will never get away from who you are.
Just as long as I can get away from who I was.
Are you in the right place?
Apparently.
Why? I mean, what are you here for?
Truancy, grudges, the hypocrisy of high school administrators.
That Bryce Walker thing? That was fucking hardcore, man. I mean, you have balls.
So what do you guys actually do in here?
We plot the complete and violent overthrow of civilization.
You listened, inquired, and offered her suggestions to address the concerns she did share. Hannah didn't give you the information needed to go about the mandatory protocols, correct?
Correct.
Therefore, you did everything that was required of you.
And the truth is, there is nothing more you could have done.
No.
Let me rephrase that question.
You gotta be honest.
I could have done more. Hey, Hannah, wait. Hannah, I said stop, please. Men, they can control themselves. Everybody can.
Of course he can.
Acts like consent is this complicated thing, but it's not. Everybody knows whether they have it or not, and it was that boy's job to know.
This is what he wanted to happen. This is what Clay happened last season when he wanted that conversation in the house, but he didn't.
There are many people out there that want to help you.
But it is too late. I'm dead.
Some girl somewhere right now, she's going through, you know, what you're feeling, and I don't want her to die. I was just trying to do the right thing. Miss Baker, I didn't mean to let your daughter die.
This had a good episode, him, actually. Really good episode.
Sorry.
That's what I was saying. You know what? Like I said, I'll always believe that he believes that he was doing the right thing. I never once, even last season, thought that he didn't think that he was doing the right thing. I just thought that he read the situation well shit, considering that that's his profession, and he gives shit advice. Do you know what I mean? But like, I do fully believe that he thought he was giving the right advice. He didn't purposely give the shit one. He just gave shit advice, and that's his fault for being, well, not inexperienced, but yeah, he still said that he didn't read she didn't give precise wording so he could read the situation. But like, I thought it was. And I don't know whether it's because we've seen the... Do you know what I mean? You always have to reflect that we've seen the actions before it's released. So like, we know it's true. So like, when she's talking, we know what she's talking about. And he doesn't. And he's got to piece it together. But like, sometimes it's obvious. I feel like that again was another obvious one.
Did the right thing.
I think he done the right thing. He was honest.
School will agree.
Are you at peace in your own heart?
Good Lord, babe, I don't think that I ever will be.
You're a good man, Kevin Porter.
If you know in your heart you've done the right thing, then the consequences don't matter, does it? He's getting jumped though.
I mean, what are you listening to?
Podcast for English. Yeah, I've heard the tapes.
You know about Mr. Porter, right? About what happened in court today?
Yeah, I believe Bryce. I know he's got a good heart.
He didn't come for Bryce all day. He come for himself, I reckon, just trying to be nice. She's struggling, man.
Your friends are really cool. I love that they know nothing about me. He's been checking out all afternoon. Starting to think I know how to flirt anymore. Oh, there's only one way to find out.
I'm glad that she's not hurt, like, or scared.
What the hell are you doing with that boy?
Dad, relax, please.
How can I? I'm just worried about you. These new friends of yours, this Nina girl, are they the best influence for you right now?
What, why? Because they're black?
I actually think they are been a good influence
Have
so
you looked
far.
at me lately?
Honestly.
It was like, it wasn't me up there. I thought I was ready, but clearly I'm not. And can we please not tell Mom?
You better believe.
You have a way of getting the shit kicked out of you. Me and Tyler, we don't have the power. We get shit on, pushed around. Now you're one of us too. It does look like it hurts, man. You want to hit back?
What are they doing? Interesting. I thought he was going to ask him in class, but this is a better time.
The job's still open.
Hey, go on, Alex.
Of course. I think I've been spending too much time looking back.
Well, sometimes you have to go back in order to
Move forward.
Move on. Excuse me, just a minute.
Well, who was that? Who was it?
No cops, no cops, no cops. Come on, Tony, I'm calling the cops. What the fuck did I just say, huh? Look at me, look at me. Look at me, it's just a car. It's just a car, it'll make me.
There are some things that I've done that if I tell you...
You can tell me anything.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
You're good at this. Tyler's kind of OCD.
Yeah, it's on
I
here.
spilled hypocrite on Marcus's window. He freaked out.
Wait, that paint bomb?
Guilty.
There it is, mate.
I just figured something out. I'm sorry, but I gotta go.
Hannah and I, we failed each other. If we had only tried harder, each of us, it would have made all the difference.
Look, mate. At least they're persistent. Look at that, persistent, mate. He's gonna text back. It worked, showing that people are thinking of him. Look.
Olivia, I know I
Oh,
shouldn't
here we
be
go.
here. And I know why you've come. Maureen, I'll do anything you need me to do. Mom? Anything you need me to give you. Sarah, please don't do it. Don't testify.
Who's that? Have I missed something? I have no idea who they are. Trying to figure it out. Get in, some pancakes for
You have
breakfast.
to ask for help.
Thanks for coming.
I found the clubhouse.
Is it going to burn a hole in the grass and spell something out? I knew it. I knew that it's a rapist. And it's going to burn into the grass. I'm not being funny, mate. That thumbnail is perfect, mate. What a good picture, visual that is. Now, I'm loving this season, me, honestly. Like, I don't know. I think it's probably better than season 1, to be honest. I don't know why I would say that. I just think it's the total of, I thought I had all the evidence and I don't. So then I'm getting it and I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I'm also like, because I know the stories, and now when people are trying to give, you know, like sometimes they're in court and they say stuff, I'm like, nah, I disagree with that. You know, because I've got an opinion now because I've seen season 1. I'm like, no, I disagree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Do you know what? Yeah, the school could win on that one. You know, maybe the word he did follow procedures, didn't he? But did he do his job right? I don't think so, really. I read the signs and he didn't, and I'm not qualified and he is. Do you know what I mean? And like, I think all of the episodes is a lot of engagement where you're learning. I feel like last season it was all learning. You was listening, you was thinking, oh, fucking hell, Tyler, what an arsehole. Watching this season thinking, do you know what, it's not too bad. When you got his story, he wasn't actually creeping on her, was he? He was more like, he tried to justify it by saying that he thought Hannah was beautiful and like, and she didn't. And he was trying to show her that, you know, she doesn't have to try. She's just nice and good looking and beautiful in all natural lighting and like all places. And you know, still think it was weird taking pictures of her. Again, I'll always say that. But like, what he was trying to do, or his intention, is he wasn't trying to be a creepy little weirdo stalker that it looked like. He was trying to show her. In his mind, he was doing totally not of how it was portrayed. And do you know what I mean? Like, we're getting stuff and we're going, and like, I think as well, because we're not all like, last season it was all Hannah, like hardcore. Every episode was Hannah this, Hannah that, done this to Hannah, this, Hannah. Now it's like still the Hannah storyline, but I don't feel like Hannah's being thrown in my face, and that gives me a lot of time to like look at all these stories and thinking, oh, is Bryce gonna get out of this? Do you know what I mean? Like what's this? You know, like, what's his girlfriend gonna do? Does she believe him? Does she not? Do you know what I mean? I feel like she's scared, and now feel like she's with him. You know, he's beating up Clay. Was it all them that we think? You know, like Bryce's crew? Was it other people? Was it different? You know, who's terrorizing them? All this stuff's going on, and I'm like enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like we're heavily focused on one person. I feel like we're heavily focused on everyone, and like it excites me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is really good. I actually am enjoying this season. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. So, it looks like Clay is joining the Tyler and Cyrus little crew. You know, they're getting people, like, well, they're getting their own little posse retaliating against the, you know, the jocks, so to speak. And it's going to be really interesting to see, obviously, what's going on. Because Bryce thinks that Clay is the person that's doing all of this stuff now. I don't think it's Clay, if I'm being personally honest. Well, his house was broken into and a gun robbed out of Justin's bag. Let's hope that that's addressed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's hope that this isn't brushed under the carpet. Somebody went into Clay's house. Somebody stole a gun. Who's it being used on? Now, I've got to say, I'm enjoying that Jess is progressing. You know, ever since these tapes have come out, she's having a better time, isn't she? She's kind of moving forward, step by step, slowly. You know, we've always said this on this channel, that it's the turtle, it's the little steps, it's the slow progression that gets you to the final goal. And, you know, at first we're seeing her struggling, you know, having interactions with people, and now she's saying that she's got obviously new friends, and she's enjoying her friends that obviously they don't go to Liberty High School, you know, they don't know any of her story, and they're not going to judge her for what's been released on the tapes. So she can be Jessica, she could be herself, she could, you know, not have to worry about everybody, not have to worry about all eyes on her. Do you know what I mean? And she's engaging with male company now, which is decent to see. So that's good to see. Obviously, I had a conversation with her dad in the car and that, and I like how her dad is level-headed as well. He doesn't shout, you know, he's not too crazy. And obviously, the interaction in the car was pretty funny. You know, do you not like my friends because they're black? And he's like, mate, have you seen me recently? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then they both started laughing. So that was hilarious. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, what's going on here with Clay is interesting because he's found the boathouse. Now, I like how I keep calling it the boathouse, the clubhouse. That's what it is. And I like how he pursued with Justin this episode. You know, at the start, to be honest, he had annoyed me in the Justin scenarios in certain situations, moaning that Justin's been took in, kind of, you know, by his mum and dad, and they're treating him like their son. You know, they're giving him breakfast in the morning, they're sitting down watching movies, and he's getting jealous and arsey because he doesn't do that stuff and they're doing it with him. But it's not as if that's not on the table. I say it all the time. I can't believe that breakfast is put there for him every day and he refuses to eat it. That is like a dream. for me. Literally, I wake up and somebody's cut to breakfast, pancakes, waffles, you know, got omelettes. Like, he just comes in, has a little moan and storms out all the time, doesn't he? Justin comes down and says, yo, this is great stuff. And Clay's like, great, and walks off. Do you know what I mean? But then obviously he's come down this morning speaking to his dad. His dad saying that they've got Justin on the family plan. Again, it looked like Clay was being a little moaner. It did look like he was being a moaner. I was like, what is your problem, Clay? And then now I like how he's extending it. I'm hoping he's not extending it because he's found out the clubhouse and he's like, oh, what, Justin? I hope that he actually cares. Like, where have you gone? How are you? The text, yeah, it wasn't just one text. It was all day. How are you? Are you getting these messages? Answer me. I need to talk. I'm worried. That's some good stuff because, you know what I'm saying? Like, Justin was at a point there where he was feeling like nobody actually cares for him. You know, he's at a low again. And he's obviously just gone and he's left his mum again and he's feeling down. It could spiral out. Who knows what he's going to do? And the fact that he's got a bit of reassurance there that people are thinking about him. People are, you know, like saying, how are you? What are you doing? I need to speak to you. That's all it takes, mate. And he's obviously called Clay. And I like it. I actually do like it. I'm not going to lie. I actually do like it. I want Justin to get tucked in by Clay's parents and, you know, become like little brothers, mate. I'm enjoying it. Now, again, really interesting stuff what's going on with Tony. He's had his car beaten up. I do think it's the guy that he beat up, to be honest. The guy whose eye that he done in. I think that he's seen his car and he's gone after it and he smashed it up. And obviously, you can't really blame him, can you? If he was that guy, actually, I can't remember what that guy done for Tony to beat him up. Did Tony say that that guy done something to his sister and him and his brothers retaliated and beat him up because obviously the cops in his neighbourhood don't do anything like that? Now, in that context, fine, Tony, you should have beat him up. You know what I mean? Like, if they'd gone and assaulted your sister and you retaliated, to me, it's not like justification, but it's not as if like he didn't have any grounds to do it. And then obviously now, like, this guy's come and smashed his Mustang up. It's going to cost a couple of grand to obviously fix, innit, mate? Did look like it was in a bad way. Mr. Porter as well, obviously testifying in court. I actually love what he was saying, to be honest. He didn't say what the school wanted to say. He said his honest opinion. Now, obviously, in the terms of the Bryce situation, we know Bryce has raped Hannah. But when the court asked him, it was speculation. Do you know who done it? He actually doesn't know. He said, I've come to believe. Yeah, he doesn't know that it is. Also, he gave his opinion that he believes it was Bryce. But again, big name drop. You know, once it's out there, you can't take it back. People are going to be asking him about that now. Pressure is on. It's going to show if his lawyers are in a good place. It's going to show that if his team around him is going to be able to deal with this, you know, like, it is heavy stuff that is being put on his shoulders. His girlfriend, Chloe, do you know what I mean? Like, she's trying to believe him. He's trying to be all nice. He's inviting her away. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's in a tough position as well. Honestly, it's really hard. So, and I'm just excited, obviously, to see how it actually goes now. You know, Hannah's mum went over and asked this girl not to testify at the end. And I've got to be honest, I don't know who that is. I can't remember if she's been in the show before, but she seems really concerned. And that is, again, really interesting for me to find out why. So that is where we currently are. Good episode. Loads of talking points. Loads of engagement. Really excited for the next one. Thanks for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.